Hey, we're back. And today I've got some tea because I had to cut out a few coughs, and I might have missed some in the last video, which is why I only record like maybe an hour at a time, basically a full day in the game, because my voice needs a break, you know. Okay, so we went to Wong Cook again, and we met up with Sam. I say we. We're not actually the protagonist. Michelle is. So Michelle went to Wong Cook, and I met up with Sam, and they had a little kiss, and it was nice. But Michelle's feeling very conflicted. She obviously comes from a very strict upbringing. She's very serious, very stoic. Wants to play it by the book, doesn't want to disappoint her mother and stuff. So it's kind of a lot. And she's very conflicted because she did enjoy the kiss, you know? Whereas Sam seems to come from a more laid-back upbringing. So I think it's allowed her to be more herself. So we've got two different upbringings and backgrounds. Alright, so now we're back at work the day after. Oh, and we're late. We kept hitting that snooze button. I was able to get out of bed in the end. My morning commute was a terrible rush. I made it to work just barely on time, which was late considering that I usually arrived early. There was already a stack of faxes and documents waiting on my desk for me to process. Today was going to be a long day. Hey, Michelle. Hello? You there? Oh, still there? What is it, Joey? You looked like you were in a trance. Are you alright? I'm just a little tired. There's quite a lot of work for me to do this morning. Oh yeah? You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Are you going to get lunch soon? I see you often go to the nearby eatery. Is it good? Not yet. I have a few more documents I want to push through. You work too much. You need to take a break, or you're going to exhaust yourself. I know. You look so pale. Did you eat this morning? No, I was running a bit late, so I skipped breakfast. What? How can you not eat at all? It happens sometimes. Okay, we're getting lunch. Now? Yes, or else you'll pass out. I brought lunch today. What? If you're tired, you need to eat something fresh or hot. You sound like my mother. Really? Good, because I care. Come on, let's get some grub. I brought Joey to my usual lunchtime haunt. I liked this place as it was conveniently close to the office and reasonably priced. What will you order? I usually get the barbecue pork rice. I'll get that. Excuse me, miss. We'll get 2 orders of barbecue pork rice. Oh, that sounds really good right now. And I've already had breakfast. 2 orders of barbecue pork rice coming right up. Wait. Actually, make that just 1. I'll get the fishball soup instead. Okay, 1 order of barbecue pork rice and 1 order of fishball soup. Thank you. Soup? So light. It's sufficient. If it suits you. Though if you're tired, you should eat something meatier. My sister has anemia, and she gets dizzy spells very easily when she doesn't eat enough. You have to eat more pork and beef if you're anemic. Is that so? That's too bad for your sister. Yes, my mother makes for her goji berry and red date soup. Good for women, she says. I can have her make some extra for you. Oh, there's no need for that. I just didn't get enough sleep last night. I'll be sure to eat a balanced diet. Alright, good. Hey, tell me. It's a little personal, but do you mind if I asked you something? Oh, the question everyone fears hearing. What is it? A fellow in my department wanted to know if there was someone you liked. Well... Oh... Why do you ask? Why do you ask? I was just asking for a coworker. Okay. I know it was too personal. You know, your reports are quite popular among my colleagues. Huh? It's just data. I don't understand why it's so popular. No, you. You're always with Mrs. Tam. Well, I'm Mrs. Tam's personal assistant. That's why you're quite an enigma for the rest of the office. An enigma? I don't think I'm a mysterious person. Alright, then answer me another question. It's a simple one. What? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do outside of work? I like to read and listen to music. You know, ordinary things. That's great. What kind of books do you like? Nothing in particular. I can read any book. What are you reading now? I'm reading this Wuxia novel. Oh, that's interesting. I read them lots when I was in my teens. Hey, don't you think I got the brows of a kung fu superstar? What? My mother says I'm handsome enough to be an actor. But she said studying was more important. So that's why I have glasses and became an accountant. Wait, that's why you have glasses? I see. That's quite logical advice. Do you think she was right? She has a point. It's tough to make it as a film star. I guess so. My mother was right in the end. I don't think I could work anywhere as an actor outside of Hong Kong. What do you mean by that? You don't think about immigrating? I haven't yet. You should start thinking about it. They signed the papers. You think things will be the same? I don't know. I can't imagine things will change that much. Are you thinking about leaving Hong Kong for good? I plan on it. I went to college in America. It's not bad. The roads and houses are huge. Everything, including the food proportions, are bigger. My dream is to own a big house with a big yard and raise a family. I see. That's quite an admirable dream. So why didn't you stay in America after finishing your studies? Oh, my mother wanted me to come back and find a wife in Hong Kong first. I see. We're getting very uncomfortable now. You majored in English, right? It won't be too big of a change for you to live in America. Whoa, Joey, slow down. What are you getting at, son? I'm not sure about that. The food came out shortly. Joey seemed to be an intelligent guy. He was tall, his appearance was neat. He wore an expensive brand of wristwatch. It looked new. The silver on the band still had a bright shine. He probably came from a good and caring family. Is good and caring like a read for rich? I'm sure he is the beloved and cherished son of the family. His mother and father must be proud of him. I watched him dig into his meal. There was something about the way he ate the barbecue pork rice, and the way the sheen of pork fat shone off his lips. It wasn't much at all similar to Sam's. I got up from my seat quickly. I just remembered I haven't sent off my morning reports to my supervisor yet. I always had them done before lunch. How tired must I be to let that slip my mind? You're done eating already? Yes, I want to head back to the office to finish my work. You're so gung-ho to work. That's great. Wait for me, I'll finish up too. After an intensive day at my desk, I managed to finish my work on time. I packed up my things and clocked out. That day, I decided to go straight home. I might put on a movie after dinner to relax. Regardless, it would be an early night at home for me. I was happy that it was finally the weekend. It had been a long and tiring week. I wanted to take it easy for the next few days. All because of a broken shoe. Such a sequence of events had transpired. By fluke, the shoe broke and became unwearable. But now that it's fixed, the shoe will carry out its purpose until it eventually wears out and becomes unwearable again. Until then, the shoe has no need to be repaired by a shoe cobbler. In the same way, a healthy person doesn't need to be seen by a doctor. And likewise, I don't have any reason to see her. Of course, I watched the movie that I bought from her. Not because it was her suggestion, sure, but because I had already bought a copy. It would be a waste to set it aside and let it collect dust in my room. I had looked into the film and received a few accolades at the time of its release. I wanted to see it for its own cultural merit. I watched the movie. The main character. She struggled every moment in the film to be accepted as an equal in society. She struggled until everything was taken away from her. Everything she did almost felt like it was done in vain. It was a very depressing movie. Sam, what did you think after watching this film? I stopped the tape and rewound it to the beginning. Saturday was the day that I have time to tidy up my room and prepare for the next week. I had done my laundry in the morning and finished sorting everything into its proper place. There was one item that did not have its proper place, however. I still had Sam's shirt that I borrowed that day. I pondered on what I should do with it. I thought against hanging it up in my closet. Having it would be an eyesore reminder of that strange night I spent with her. Tossing it out would be too heartless. Still, she still had my blouse. I wouldn't want her to toss out my blouse. It was Italian silk. I don't know about Sam's cotton shirt, but mine had monetary value. I hope she didn't throw away a perfectly good shirt. She's into you, girl. She's not going to. I should get back my blouse and give this shirt back to her. Yes. That would make us even. And we won't have anything more between us after that. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my god. Her weekend clothes, super cute. Mother, I'm going out today. You're going out? Who are you meeting? I do like the mom's top too, though. I'm meeting a friend. A friend? Yes, a high school classmate. Where are you meeting? Just at the markets in Mongkok. Or Wongkok. We'll look around there and have lunch nearby. The skirt you're wearing is so short. How old is she? 23? I think she's mentioned she was 23. It's so weird for someone to be that age and their parents still like talking about what they're wearing. But I don't know, that just comes from me. Like, even though I was raised in a religious household, I didn't feel like those kind of restrictions. But also I probably just wouldn't have worn anything like that anyway. But I do now. I will now. Maybe not a skirt, but I do wear shorter shorts. And white color? Anyone else? Anyone can easily see your white underwear. Mother? No? You should change into pants if you're going out alone. It's fine, Mother. It's dangerous, especially in such a busy place. Everyone dresses like this on a hot day. Really? I'm not going far and I'm not planning to be out long anyway. When will you come home? I don't know. I'll be home by dinner time. Okay. Make sure to come home earlier. I'll make your favorite fish maw soup. Maw soup? Maw soup? All right. I can't wait to have it. I'll be back home soon. Bye-bye. I have a feeling Michelle will not be home soon. She's gonna... I lied to my mother again. It wasn't anything. The truth would confuse and trouble her. My mother raised me quite strictly. That is, evident. It wasn't until after I'd finished high school that she eased up about me going out to meet with friends. In the past, she had to vet and approve who I was seeing before she let me leave through the door. So for me to explain to her someone like Sam, it was obvious I had to alter the truth. She would be concerned if she knew I had met her just by chance in Wangkok. And she would be bewildered if she knew I had gone with her to a pub. I would not even know where to begin with my mother if I had to explain the nature of our relationship. Little things such as celebrity gossip and drama were consternation to my conservative mother. How could she even process the concept of two girls being in such a relationship? It wasn't even related to me, of course. But for my mother, the concept of it doesn't even exist in her mind. Such a thing would fall under the category of perverse and abnormal behavior for her and anyone else in proper society. If I told my mother what kind of person Sam was, she would go into temporary shock and then barrage me with 100 other questions after she revived. No matter, what I told my mother was a small lie. I was going to the market. It was the weekend after all. The weather was beautiful and clear. It was warm but not overly sweltering. There was a light breeze in the air. For such a beautiful summer day, I should go out and enjoy what the city has to offer. My plan was to go to Sam's store, drop off her old shirt, and hopefully reclaim the blouse that I had left with her. And then I would be off on my own merry way. I would have squared up whatever I had left to do with Sam. I could do anything I want after that. Maybe I could go shopping. The most important thing was getting my blouse back. That was my plan. Plans change. I had forgotten how busy the market gets on the weekends. With the weekend crowds, it took a considerable effort to locate Sam's little video stall. I remember I had gotten myself lost in this area the other night. I made one wrong turn, and I gave myself quite a fright. I couldn't believe it. It looked like any other market street during the day. There were so many people out and about. All the stores were open. It was hardly eerie. Now, what street was Sam's store on again? When I arrived at her store, I found that the gate panels were shuttered. Oh, maybe she's closed on weekends? I wish we could make out which shop was hers. Unless it doesn't even really show it. The store was closed. Did she step out for a break? I looked closely and saw a note stuck on the shop panel. It said the store won't be open today. I half expected that this would happen. I wasn't too surprised. Sam seemed like a person who will let go of her business on the busiest day of the week. But really, today of all days? I couldn't believe it. Was she always leaving her store in the middle of the day like this? She might be feeling sad about you, Michelle. Well, you stormed off. What should I do? I came all this way. I didn't want to come here again if I could avoid it. Should I go to her apartment? How would I know that she would be home? Could I locate her apartment if I tried? It wasn't too far from here, but all the buildings and streets looked so similar. And the neighborhood looked completely different at night compared to the day. No, I barely knew her. I shouldn't go knocking on her door unannounced. But I stood on the sidewalk contemplating. I got strange looks from people in this area. I felt uncomfortable. Sam's store was not exactly in the best area in town. I should go. There was no point in waiting around here. I would have to write off my blouse as a loss. What? You can just come back another day. I started my way back towards this. What? Stop by the shoe place and ask her dad. I started my way back towards the train station when I felt the hand of someone slap my back quite hard. Oh, I think I know who this is. I turned around. I was upset. I had no patience to be accosted today. I knew it was going to be Cecilia. What is it? Huh? Hey, it's Michelle, right? It was that bar owner, Cecilia. She had a pair of oversized sunglasses on her face and dressed in bright, flamboyant colors. Ooh, is that little... It kind of looked like a bee, like on her jacket. If she did not have such a signature way of styling herself, I wouldn't have recognized her so easily on sight. Cecilia? The other night you and Samantha left so early. I didn't get a chance to see you on the dance floor. Sorry about that. So, did something happen between you two that night? I'm gonna play coy. What do you mean by that? You don't know? Samantha was acting odd yesterday. I guess nothing happened after all. Well, whatever. You're meeting Samantha here, right? No, I was just in the area. Oh, why do you always have to be so coy? Dressed up like that? Like what? A white skirt? Who are you fooling? Well, it's too bad you met me instead. I'm also looking for Samantha. I need one more person to play bird with me later. Well, don't ask me. I don't have any idea where she is. Do you play mahjong? No, I don't. What? You're joking. I'm not. You should try. We have mahjong nights at my house every Tuesday. I'm busy. Talking to you is like talking to a brick wall sometimes. I'm only answering frankly. I don't get you. All right. If you don't know where Samantha is either, I'm going to call her. I'm not going to waste time waiting around. Cecilia walked over to a phone booth and dialed a number from memory. She didn't seem to wait long before hanging up. She's still not picking up. Good thing I got her a pager. She's always so difficult to get a hold of. If she's not picking up, she's probably out. I'll leave her a message. Cecilia dialed another number and left a brief message with the operator. She walked back to me and proceeded to take out a large ringette of keys from her jacket pocket. Cecilia sorted through the set of keys until she found a small silver one that she used to unlock Sam's store gates. She pulled the gates halfway up and gestured to me to go inside. Okay, she should get a message soon. Just wait a bit longer for her. She's usually good about answering messages. I was actually about to leave. After I went out of my way to help you? I've already waited long enough. I'm going now. I didn't make plans to meet her anyway. Why do you act like this? I don't understand. What? If you're going to do something, then do it. Don't back out halfway. Huh? Are you going to wait in or not? Inside the store? Well, are you going to squat on the street? No, of course not. Then step inside. I followed Cecilia into Sam's store. It seemed like Cecilia won't let me go unless I conceded to her. I'm surprised that you have the key to the store. Wasn't this Sam's store? I had ownership of this space before the lease got transferred to her. I kept the spare key. You never know when it might come in handy. Are you glad I ran into you? I didn't actually need to meet her, I just have something to give back to her. Ah, I already told her to meet you here. Sit. Go put on a movie for yourself. You know, this reminds me. A long time ago, Sam showed up to my bar one day and asked for a job. What a character. She wouldn't get out of my face until she got something out of me. That's how we first met, by the way. Did you give her the job? No way. She wasn't even old enough to work at a bar then. Really? Uh-huh, typical troubled youth. Don't worry, I straightened her out with a proper job at a record store. It was a side business of mine at the time. Every day she would show up to work with an attitude, and she would have to give me sass by talking back to me. What a stubborn kid. She never listened to my advice. I can't believe it's been 10 years already. This place used to be that record store. The laser discs on this shelf used to be vinyls. That wall over there used to display the cassette tapes. Time really goes by quickly. Well, you can see she turned this place into a video store now. She finds a way to make things work out somehow. That's her. I see. You seem to know Sam well. Of course. We go way back. I've known her long enough, we might as well be real sisters. Enough thinking about the past. I have to get going. Here, take the spare key. If she's somehow a no-show today, just lock this door back up and throw the key into the mailbox. You're going to leave me here? If you don't mind. I have dim sum. Brunch plans. I have to get going now. What? Wait a minute. I'm not going to wait all day for someone I don't even know that well. I only came here to get back something I left with her. You know, sometimes you think you have it figured out, and that you have all the time in the world to act. But sometimes things don't always go the way you want. What you desire the most can slip out of your hands suddenly and without warning. What are you saying? I honestly don't like someone who is wishy-washy about things. They complain when things go wrong, but they have no right to complain if they've been sitting on their hands the entire time. I don't understand why Samantha is... Why am I rambling to you? Let me ask this clearly. Are you pursuing Samantha? Huh? Are you? I just have some business with her. To be successful, you have to take the initiative. Don't be afraid to take matters into your own hands. I know that. Pride is important, but there are other things to consider as well. I'm sure you'll understand this someday. Ciao. I actually like Cecilia now. I like her more than I did at the club. Although I still don't like that she was trying to push booze on Michelle, but... Cecilia walked away in a huff. She seemed agitated about something. I saw her get in a cab, and she disappeared out of my sight as quickly as she came. I was left alone in Sam's video store. I got the gist of what Cecilia was saying to me. Was she actually trying to help me, or was she just antagonizing me? I didn't understand why she had to bring it up. I looked outside. No sign of Sam. I walked back into the store and took a seat on the folding chair that Sam had left out. I didn't understand why someone like Cecilia would trust me with the key to Sam's store. I glanced around the empty shop. I suppose there wasn't much for anyone to steal. I checked my watch. I'll give it an hour. I didn't want to wait any longer than I have already. If I didn't meet Sam today, I suppose I could leave the shirt I borrowed from her in the store. I washed it and had the consideration to bring it back to her. At least I won't owe her anything anymore. As time went by, a few people had knocked on the half-open gate and inquired if the store was open. I had informed them to come back another day. That was a good number of missed opportunities for sales. Such inconsistency must not be good for business, I thought to myself. She's being so judgmental while Sam's probably feeling really down. I waited. I had read through every movie title she had in the store, though none of them had really caught my interest. I turned on her television. Sam had left a movie in the VHS player. I watched a part of it. It was almost near the end. It was a black and white Japanese film about a young woman who was pressured by everyone in her family to marry. After much resistance, she eventually decides on marrying an older, widowed man. That's how the film ends. I glanced at my watch again. It was about time I got going. I put down the bag containing Sam's shirt on the counter. I turned off the television and the lights, and I stepped out of the store. I pulled the gates all the way back down. With the click of the lock and the plonk of the key thrown into the tin mailbox, so ends my short run as a shopkeeper. Perhaps I'll return to this post again someday. Just kidding. As I was about to leave, I heard a voice call out to me. Thank God. Michelle! I looked behind me. It was her. It was unmistakably Sam. I recognized her quickly. She was waving her arms at me from across the street. She wore a jean jacket with matching jean shorts. Her jacket looked bulky and heavy, while her shorts looked thin and ragged. Judging by the length of her shorts, I knew clearly that Sam was not a person who was shy to show leg. Has she no shame? I could get why she was like this. Sam could be feminine one day, boyish another, and something in between the next. I could never pin down her style. Something about it made me feel irritated that she could be so free like this. Jealousy! Sam was smiling. She shouted my name again, pronouncing it loudly again to the open streets. I had already acknowledged her with a slight head nod. There was no need for me to yell back to her. I waited for Sam to be next to me before I replied to her. Sam jogged lightly towards me. She skipped across the traffic, nearly causing an accident. Sam ought to be more careful. There was some sweat on her brow. She looked out of breath, as if she was in a hurry today. I saw that Sam was holding a bike helmet and a large bouquet of flowers. It's really Michelle. The cat came back. Sam, were you looking for me? Don't pout, okay? I'm here. I'm not pouting. You really gave me trouble looking for you. Well, you found me. I came to give back your shirt. I left it on your store counter. Thank you. I forgot all about it. How'd you get in the store, though? I ran into your friend Cecilia on the way here. She had let me into your shop. It's locked back up now. I put the spare key in the mailbox. I heard a little from her message. Huh, that's strange. I didn't know she had a spare key. Well, that's something you have to sort with her. Can I get back the shirt I left with you at the cleaners? You picked it up, right? Of course I did. Can you get it for me? I'm sorry, I have to be somewhere soon. Can I grab it for you later? I have to get going. It's an important day for me. I promise I'll give it back after. Oh, okay. Sam had her own plans too, huh? I was not surprised. It was a beautiful sunny Saturday. I should have expected that she had her own plans and people to meet. It's not like we were friends. We were barely acquaintances. But I couldn't help feeling a little bit inquisitive. What's with the big bouquet of flowers in your hands? This? It's for a special lady. Oh. I would have gotten you a bouquet too if I'd known I was going to see you today. Huh? No, I don't care for flowers. Would you like to meet her, Michelle? What? No. I'm going now. After coming all the way to meet me? Since you're here, I want to introduce you to her. Come with me. No, Sam, I have plans already. That's too bad. I'm heading to Sai Kung. Sai Kung? Yeah, it's a lovely day to be by the ocean. If you can, I'll be happy if you come with. I don't really... It'll be fun. Let me grab a spare helmet. A helmet? I'm taking the scooter. The scooter? Like a motorbike? Yes, of course. That's dangerous. Why do you need something like that? You can take a bus anywhere in the everywhere in the city. Well, sometimes I need something to help me move stuff around. It has a hefty compartment box for storage. And it has a pretty good fuel economy. I would say it's no more dangerous than the minibus. They say they keep the speed limits, but you know how fast they can be. Wait, did Michelle's wait, how far back can we go in this? Oh man. Oh, it's just for this day. I know that Michelle's dad died from like a vehicle accident. I can't remember if it was a scooter though. If that's the case, that would make her very nervous about being on something like that. You have a point. I always feel like I'm going to fly out the door when I'm on a minibus. See? So you'll be coming along then? I don't know. I have some plans in the evening. I see. Will it take long? No, just the afternoon. I'll come. But only if you promise that you'll give me back my blouse. Of course. And that you'll bring me back home by nightfall. No worries about that. Okay. Alright then, let's go. Somehow I had let myself get caught up in her pace again. Part of me was a tiny bit curious to know where Sam was going. It had been a long time since I went on a leisure trip with someone. Sai Kung is close by. It's not much further than my commute to Hong Kong Island for work. I decided to go and come back. And that'll be it between us. Sam brought out her scooter from around the corner and had me ride on the back seat. I hope we get a cutscene of that. Please, I need a beautiful cutscene of them riding on a scooter together. And that'll be the thumbnail. That'll be the thumbnail if they have it. She went into her store and grabbed a helmet for me. I put the helmet on and gingerly put my arms around Sam's waist. She started up the bike with a jolt. Her small bike navigated the city streets with ease. We turned onto the highway, and within minutes, we put the high-rise buildings behind us. I held tightly onto Sam. It wasn't for me to feel close to her, but I held onto her waist as tight as possible for safety's sake. It was my first time on a bike like this. If I knew I would be on a bike today, I would have never worn a skirt. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It was so breezy. I didn't like it. Sam seemed comfortable sitting in the front. She put her feet flat down on the scooter and sat up straight. The footrest for the passenger seat of the bike was too far back for my feet. I had to lean forward and straddle the seat with my thighs to keep myself from sliding off. I didn't like that my bare legs touched Sam's. I felt consciously sticky. It was a humid summer day, and despite what Sam said about the minibus, no matter how fast they went, at least the bus had a protective metal cage forming a barrier between the human body and that of a speeding roadway. You're holding me so tightly. You don't have to be so scared. You're going too fast. I thought you said this thing was slow. I never said that. It's shaking so much. Are you sure you're going at the speed limit? I am. I'll slow down a bit for the corner ahead. Just lean in towards me. What? You almost flipped the bike. You're exaggerating. What is this old thing? It's not old, it's actually brand new. Can't you drive something safer? It's safe. Let me off at the next bus stop. I'll get there myself. Come on, Michelle. Just focus on the view. Look, on your right. You can see the ocean now. I can't see anything with your hair in my face. Oh. Let's make a pit stop then. Quickly. Oh my god. Look at the picture of... Oh my god. We look so cute. Sam pulled over onto this road shoulder and made an abrupt stop. I took off the helmet and I cautiously looked out. This is going to be the thumbnail. The sight of the ocean glowing with sunlight was certainly dazzling. It was a gorgeous day. The wind against us was pleasant. I could hear the sounds of boats in the distance. Sam stepped off her bike and gestured for me to take her hand. Oh god, I think my hair's getting in my eyes. I was about to get off the bike to get a better view of the ocean when a minibus whipped past us and nearly knocked the both of us off balance. Such feelings of amazement quickly dissipated into the wind. Let's keep going. It's a little dangerous to stop here. Sam started up the bike again. She continued along the road above the ocean. It was cooler here than in the city. As we continued down the road, there was less and less traffic. I felt more comfortable without the curious glances from other drivers. However, I couldn't feel completely at ease. Sam's bike leaned dangerously too close to the road for my comfort. I assumed the brace position and buried myself into Sam's back again. It's better to maintain a low center of gravity for safety's sake, I thought. I swore I heard Sam laugh, though it could have been my imagination. The sound of the motor was loud. Sam's long hair was blowing into my face with the wind against us. It was hard to see anything without her wavy hair covering the helmet visor. The heat of the summer brought out the smell of Sam's hair. The shampoo Sam used had a familiar scent. Had it been a brand I used before? The image of my best friend from high school floated into my mind. Why was that? That's right. My friend used a similar scented shampoo. I haven't thought about her in so long. She was the kind of girl who was always so clingy. She had to link arms with me wherever we went. So what scent her shampoo was something I without a doubt recognized. It was an unforgettable sweet and floral scent. A nostalgic feeling for our high school days sprung forth and welled up in my heart. I'd seen her less and less since I graduated high school. The last time I saw her was at her wedding banquet last year. I haven't seen her since then. That's just how it is sometimes when your life takes a different course from another's. Everyone is busy with their own life. Is she happy? Is she doing well? I wondered. I looked up from Sam's shoulder and towards the shimmering waves in the distance. From the bottom of my heart, I wished her happiness. That was such a good part. I really relate to that a lot. We're almost there now. Are you doing okay? Sam rode past the town and continued up the mountain road. She did not stop until after she had pulled into the entrance of a cemetery site. She parked her bike on the side of the road and gestured for me to hop off. We're here. It's not the place you expect to be on a summer weekend, but today is a special day for me to be here. I see. Let's walk up. It's just at the top of the hill. I followed after Sam. The stone path leading us up the hill was uneven. We walked up the steps carefully. It was quite a climb. I could see a little bit of the ocean as we climbed up the mountainside. The vegetation along the path was dense. There were clearings along the stone path that led to other family shrines and tombs. The air was hot and heavy in this place. I couldn't feel much wind. Places like this always have such an atmosphere. My father's grave was also up on a hill. This reminded me. I hadn't gone with my mother to visit my father's grave for Qingming Festival this year. I was on a business trip abroad with my boss for an international conference. I tried to imagine my mother walking up similar stone steps with the festival crowds. My mother is getting older. It must have been difficult for her to carry flowers, food offerings, and incense by herself to my father's grave. My mother insisted that I go on that trip and not pass off any other opportunities at work. I wonder if that was truly what she wanted me to do as her daughter. I looked towards Sam. She walked ahead of me on the narrow stone steps. Her back gave an answer of silence. I made a note to myself that I shouldn't accept any invitations for travel next year around the time of the festival. We kept climbing the stone steps. We eventually reached a clearing at the top of the hill. I saw that Sam's father was there waiting. He waited for us to join him. We're going to visit her mother, aren't we? You're late. I've been waiting for you. I'm late because you forgot to bring the flowers. Scolding your old father. You're just like your mother. Oh, you're the girl with those broken fjords. Kayan? You're friends with her now? Yes, that's right. Friends with a rough girl like you? Well, now that you're here, I'm going to get the washing water. Michelle, this is my mother's grave. Today would be her birthday anniversary. I see. I'm sorry I don't have anything to offer but my condolences. It's all right. I wanted to bring you here. She'll be happy with your warm thoughts. She passed away due to illness when I was in primary school. I'm sorry to hear that. You were so young. It must have been difficult for you and your family. It's just one of those unfortunate things that happen in life. My father had died in a car accident when I was in high school. I don't mean to trivialize your situation. I just want to say I understand how painful it is to lose a parent. I'm sorry to hear about your father. It's okay, it happened years ago. Time sure flies for those in the world of the living. It does. No matter what happens, we have to keep going. Yes. Sam set the flowers she had in her hands down on her mother's tombstone. She and her father worked to clean and wash away the dirt and dust that have accumulated over the grave since their last visit. Incense was lit, and a woody smell filled the air. I watched them burn offerings and quietly pay their respects to their departed family member. I lit a joss stick and prayed a small prayer as well. My heart felt heavy. Michelle? You're crying. Are you all right? Oh, I am... Tissue? I haven't cried over the death of my father since I was in high school. Memories that I had with him came into my mind for the first time in many years. Perhaps it was the combination of the incense smoke in my eyes and that of Sam's words that have touched my heart. I thought of Sam's mother too. I imagined a scene of her in a hospital bed with a young Sam by her side. How painful it must have been for her as a child to cope with all that was happening. I looked at the photo on the tomb. Sam's mother is a beautiful woman. Sam is a spitting image of her mother, though I see she got her smile from her father. She and her father are both cheerful and upbeat people. I wonder what Sam's mother was like. I'm sure she was a gentle and kind mother. That's why Sam is the way she is. Whatever life you live, whoever you are, death will be an inevitable fact of life. Sometimes death will come and rob from us someone that we love, suddenly and without warning. Those in the world of the living just have to carry on. Someday my mother, Sam, everyone that I know will pass from this world to the next. How lonely is life when it's viewed from this frame of mind? My father, would he be proud of me? My life kept moving forward year after year, yet he remained in my memory. Would I forget him entirely one day? Here, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me to this special place of yours. Thanks for coming with. Don't be saddened. We have to live each day with pride and integrity, to be good and decent people. That's what will make our parents and ancestors proud, I think. Rituals are important, but sometimes they're more to let those left on this side heal and carry on. Yes. Sam said these words with wistfulness. She stared at her mother's photo. She seemed lost in her own thoughts. Sam was smiling softly, but there was a loneliness in her expression. I stood in silence with Sam until the last incense stick burned out. It was Sam's father who broke the silence. Kayan, I'm heading back first. We're not having lunch in Sai Kung together? No, you girls enjoy yourself. I'm going ahead to meet my old friends. Oh, okay. Nice to meet you again, young lady. Thank you for having me here, Mr. Wong. Okay, bye-bye. You girls be safe. Let's have lunch in Sai Kung then? It'll be good to get some fresh air by the sea before we go. Okay. We walked back down the hill. The air felt lighter again. Yet there was something that still weighed heavily in my heart. It was a dreary and lonely feeling. I wasn't sure what it was. I got back onto Sam's bike and hid my face behind her back. I didn't want her to see my teary-eyed face. My mother had always said that it was ugly to cry. Poor Michelle. I took her words to heart. Even from a young age, I never liked to cry in front of others. And at this moment, I especially did not want Sam to see me crying like this. But I couldn't help it this time. The tears kept trickling out of my eyes. I haven't cried in so long. I guess my tear ducts felt it was due time to just let it all out. Sam didn't say anything, though I'm sure she must have felt the patch of wet tears soaking through the clothes on her back. She started up her bike and we rode onwards. I had to collect myself. There was no reason for me to feel sad or upset. I didn't come here with Sam to feel sentimental. I cried so much. I should eat something to restore my salt balance. I'll eat something quickly with her and have her take me home. That was the plan. It was a short ride to the seaside fishing town of Sai Kung. Sam parked her bike near the ocean promenade. We stepped off to the backdrop of shimmering ocean waves, and we took a leisurely stroll along the water. There were people lining up to buy fresh seafood from the fishmongers docked at the piers. The area was bustling with activity. Everyone seemed to be in a cheery mood today. It felt as if we had gone to a faraway place together. When you're in Sai Kung, you have to have seafood. Is that so? Of course. Have you been around here often? No, not often. I think the last time I came here was maybe in junior school with my parents. I see. My mother's ancestral home is in a village around here, so I've come around here in the past. The village? Yes, she's of Hakka descent. Oh, there are a lot of Hakka villages in Sai Kung, right? Yes, though many of them sit empty now as more people have moved into the city. I see, that's too bad. Seems like a peaceful place to be. The changing economy causes people to move. It's not anything new. Migration has always been a part of our culture. It's a part of survival. Still, it's sad to see an empty village. Culture and identity can live on one way or another, so long as we don't forget our roots. That's true. Where's your ancestral home? My mother is Chinese, and my father is Teochew. I don't know much about my ancestors. My parents don't like to talk about it. A lot of things were lost after the war, and all the things happening then. Shameful to say, I never visited my father's or my mother's village home. I don't even know where it is. I see. That's alright, you shouldn't feel ashamed. Their legacy lives on through you. You're a beautiful combination of their heritage. You know, my mother wasn't very much of a traditionalist. I can't say I'm really close to her side of the family. Is that so? Yes, she left the village when she was young and found work in a theater company. Hakka women have a lot of expectations from their family, so what she did was quite shocking. You could say she was quite modern for her time. That's incredible. I look up to my mother. My father, too. They're strong people. Sam? My dad's side is Teochew, so we have something in common, right, Michelle? That's right. Ah, there's a place here with delicious Teochew oyster congee we can try. Eh? You don't like seafood? I don't mind it. Oysters are high in cholesterol. You have to be careful not to eat too much. I have a feeling she's getting this from her mother. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Why don't we get something to eat? We can take a look around the town after that. We came all the way here. We should make the most out of today. Okay. Sam led me past the pier and into the town. She navigated the small streets with ease. It was a lively summer day. The town streets were busy with people shopping and eating. Would a video store hold its own here? It was a question I asked myself. After a few turns left and right, Sam brought me to a small cedar seafood restaurant quite away from the waterfront. It was already busy, so we were seated at a table outside. The sun was high and bright upon us. It was warm. I felt my own sweat drip down my neck. For the first time this season, I felt that it was truly summer. This restaurant is much beloved by locals. They're known for their fried pissing shrimp? What? Mantis shrimp? Same thing. Isn't that something with even more cholesterol compared to oyster? Well, we're here. It's a place known for their seafood specialties. Why don't we try it? Have you tried it before? I haven't. I saw that the restaurants by the pier have it too. We didn't have to walk all the way into town then. Trust me, it's really good here. Alright, I'll try it. Let's order. We sipped on iced tea while waiting. I noticed that people seem more relaxed here. I saw some people sitting outside, simply enjoying a cool drink in the shade. My neck is starting to hurt. Things move slower here than in the city. It didn't take long for food to come out though. I was about to take a bite when I felt something wet touch my leg. Is it a doggy? What? Something touched my leg. Sam, what? Huh? Oh, it's just a cat. Hey little kitty, are you hungry? Meow meow. Come here. Oh my god, it's Penny! It's my Penny. A calico cat was sitting underneath the table. Sam was petting the cat casually without concern. Don't touch it. Why not? She's stray. So what? Look, she's so friendly. Come on, reach out your hand. Why? She wants your attention. Don't be mean to her. Alright. What should I do? Pet her? Yeah, scratch her cheeks. Okay. Aw, she's purring. She's rubbing against me. Keep petting her. She's kind of cute. Why don't you give her a piece of shrimp? Yeah, I'm gonna feed the cat. I don't care if Michelle doesn't want to. I fed the cat a piece of shrimp. The cat took the piece of shrimp in its mouth and then scurried off. Oh my god, look at it! It's so cute! It's so cute. Little shrimp in its mouth. Aw. Aw, she ran away. It's like that sometimes. The cat appealed to my emotions and manipulated it for her benefit. What's that? Don't be sad. She'll come and play with you again. I'm not sad. Don't mind. Let's eat while the food is still hot. Alright. How is the food? It's delicious. Right? Oh, here comes the fish. Huh? That's a whole steamed fish. How many dishes did you order? 5. That's way too much for the food for the 2 of us. You said you never really ate seafood here before. Don't worry, it's on me. I want you to try it. That's a lot of calories. Dilute it with the rice. That's not how it works. How about we feed the leftovers to the stray cats? No! Don't lure them to me. I'm just kidding. Let's just enjoy the meal. We can worry about the leftovers later. Okay. Somehow we were able to finish the meal. We walked slowly back to the waterfront. We ate so much my waistband felt tight. Sam yawned and casually stretched her arms into the air. The warm sun made me feel sleepy. I refrained from yawning and crossed my arms. I had to keep up appearances in front of Sam. Sam was taking it too easy, I felt. Couldn't she notice the tension I had with her? I had a clear agenda. I wanted my blouse back. I had intended to let Sam know today that I wasn't going to see her again. There was no longer any reason to see her once I got back my blouse. But after this and that, I had ended up spending nearly half the day with her. Once we arrived back at the pier, I planned to have her take me home. I didn't forget that Sam had suddenly kissed me the other day. I didn't understand how Sam could act so cool and nonchalant about it. She was kind and friendly, and she smiled at me no differently than before. Did she not feel affected by it? We made one final visit to the pier. We leaned against the metal railings and watched the boats come and go. There was a slowness in today. The sun was still high up in the sky, but even the fishermen had to eventually pack up for the day. We started our walk back to where Sam had parked her bike. It was about time for me to confront Sam. Would you like to head back now? Or is there something else you want to see? I want to go. I was going to say it when a sign had caught my eye. What's this sign about? Stargazing and summer camping tour. What's that? Ah! There's a few camping sites around here where you can see the stars quite clearly. Really? This close to Hong Kong? Yep, just over the side of the mountains. On a good night, you can see the whole Milky Way. It's absolutely beautiful. I've seen it only a few times. It's really an unforgettable sight. Really? No way, I don't believe you. We're still so close to the city. Can you really see it with all the city lights nearby? You can. Are you interested in seeing it? I've never seen the constellations before with my own eyes. Growing up in the city, it's hard to see much in the sky besides buildings and towers. There's always the planetarium. It's not really the same. Alright, why don't we go have a look? Eh? I can't. It's too far. It's not that far away, just a little hike. I'm not dressed for hiking. I didn't prepare anything for it. Don't worry, it's an easy walk. Let me buy some snacks and drinks from the corner mart and we can go. I don't think I should. I wanted Sam to tell me her intentions. I didn't want to talk about it, but I couldn't leave such a big issue hanging between us. I want to know more than anything what she thought about it. I wish I could say this to Sam, but I couldn't spit out the words. The other night, I was too forward. I apologize. I understand. I get it if you feel uncomfortable around me. Sam, I still want to be with you more, talk to you more, and learn more about you. It doesn't have to be today. It can be another time. Would that be all right with you? For a moment, I sensed that there was a vulnerability in Sam. I didn't know how she could always read what I was thinking. Sam seemed sincere. It wasn't anything to look at the stars with someone. I doubted that the stars could be seen like that so easily. I was curious. I've lived here all my life, and I never heard about any stargazing here. A part of me wanted to prove her wrong. Won't we be out too late if we have to wait for the stars? The sun sets at around 8 p.m. How does that work for you? Then it's alright. As long as it's not too far and not too late, okay? Okay. We got back on Sam's bike and she took the road that led further into the country. The road became less and less paved and more rocky as we went. She stopped at what appeared to be a trailhead for a hiking path into the mountains. We can't take the bike any further, but it's not too far of a walk from here. Are you comfortable in your shoes? I'm fine. Okay. It's just a bit further. We walked onto a dirt path that cuts through the mountain. It was the height of the summer. The chirping of the birds was loud. As I walked, dirt got into my shoes. Walking itself wasn't uncomfortable, but the rocky path made scratches and marks on the white leather of my shoes. Oh well, it was nothing to be upset about. I looked at Sam. She still wore her thick jean jacket. She was sweating quite profusely. Oh, there she does it again. She was wiping the sweat off her brow with her hands. That was a bad habit to have. Dirt and dead skin from her hands could clog and enlarge her facial pores. People with good skin should cherish it. I passed my handkerchief to Sam. She passed it back without using it. Suit herself. I wiped my own sweat from my neck. We kept walking and walking. I wasn't exactly sure where Sam was taking us. There was no view other than shrubs and trees. The trail eventually took us through the woods and onto the grassy mountain hills. Ooh, there was an incline in our walk. Thankfully, it didn't take long to reach the plateau. I saw nestled between the foothills was a secluded ocean cove. There was a stone path ahead, leading down to the beach. I felt the salty sea breeze from the top of the hill. It was pleasant. The sky appeared much bluer and wider here. It seemed as if the horizon stretched into eternity. I stared into the endless blue. My head was spinning. The height made me feel dizzy. Sam tapped lightly on my shoulder. I might have been swallowed up by the sky had Sam not been so grounded on her feet. Drink some water. We're just about there. You'll feel better in the shade below. Okay. We descended down the stone steps. We had finally arrived at our destination. We made it! Ah, I'm so sweaty. I hate humidity. How are you making out? Tired? I'm good. I can't believe you hardly broke a sweat. Are you even human? I perspire normally, I think. Is that so? I'm going to help myself to the soft drinks. Which one would you like? I'll have the same one you're having. Coke then? Okay. It's beautiful here. Yes. I'm surprised not a lot of people are here. We're at a secret spot. I used to come here and to some of the beaches further out with my family. I used to stay past sunset and make bonfires. Is that so? Yep. I never did such a recreational thing with my family. It's pretty fun. What kind of things did you do on the beach with them? Lots of things. We ate snacks, played cards, swam, fished, and of course watched the stars. It's too bad we don't have a tent today. We could sleep outside with it. You know, the crabs come out at night and pinch you all over if you fall asleep on the beach. Really? That sounds exciting in its own way. Not really, it hurts. Let's make a spot for ourselves in the shade over there. I'm about to burn up in the sun. Ah, wait, Sam. What is it? A cool pack. I got it from the convenience store earlier. For me? Yes. I'll put it on the back of your neck. Oh. Is it okay if I touch your hair? Go ahead, I don't mind. Thank you, it feels nice. Your skin is quite red now. It's going to peel if you let it burn like this. You need to take care of yourself more, you know? You must be hot in your jacket. Michelle? Sam, could you take it off? Huh? There's people around though. What? I mean for the bug spray. I got it at the convenience store too. I'll spray it on you. Oh! It's okay. You can use it for yourself. I don't need it. You don't need it? Is this in this subtropical climate? I'll take my chances. I don't like the sticky feeling of bug spray. I won't lie, I don't like it either, but mosquitoes love me. I rarely get mosquito bites anyway. So you're one of those people. Well, don't ask for my Napico if you get bit. Your Napico? Product placement, I'm just kidding. This itch cream. I always have it with me, just in case. You never know with mosquito and bug bites. Oh, Michelle, you're really prepared for today. I always get a bad reaction from mosquito bites. It's for my own sake. I didn't bring it specifically for today. I mean, you're the one who should be more prepared. You don't even think about putting on bug repellent when we're outside for so long. Okay, I'll put it on. I wouldn't want to attract any more bugs to us. Can I bother you to apply it on for me? Sure. I can help spray your back too. I'm fine for now. I already sprayed myself earlier. Maybe in a couple hours. I got the concentrated spray, but it says to apply every 5 hours. Really? Does that mean I have to spray it again later? Of course. Let's not forget about the sunscreen too. Huh? Don't tell me you didn't apply sunscreen. I forgot. Well, I have some in my bag if you want to borrow it too. When it's 30 SPF, you have to apply every 2 hours. That's amazing, Michelle. Your bag is like Dora Meow's magic pocket. Huh? We found a little spot for us to sit in the shade. The sea breeze was cool and the sand was warm under our feet. We positioned ourselves to look out towards the sea. The water was such a beautiful azure blue today. The sound of the ocean waves and rustling leaves was soothing to my ears. I could sit here and look at this for 10,000 years, I thought. Ooh, beautiful. We ate up our convenience store snacks during the time we were waiting. I had let Sam pick and choose the snacks as if it were her idea to begin with. Sam liked crunchy and spicy snacks like flavored chips and shrimp crackers. I liked chewy and savory snacks like jerky and biscuits with filling. I noticed more and more that we weren't compatible in any sense. But despite all this, we had passed the entire day together without the strain or tension that I had expected. We could make light conversation or just quietly admire the view. It didn't really seem to matter to us. Whatever we did, the sun eventually made its way down the horizon. Time passed by at a paradoxical rate whenever I was with Sam. It would be neither too fast nor too slow. It always moved at its own pace, never as intended. I had almost failed to notice when the sky turned a vivid pink at sunset. Despite the troubles that I had within my heart, I could not deny that the sunset tonight was simply sublime. Ooh, music change. Or no music. Sam? What is it? I forgot to mention. I watched that movie I got from you the other day. Oh, how did you find it? It's interesting. It's different from other movies I've watched. I see. Did you like it? I liked it. I'm glad. It's a pretty heavy movie to watch, I have to say. Yes, it was cruel that it had to end like that. Yes, it was a sad ending. And it's even more terrible to know that the real actress experienced something similar in her life and was met with her own tragedy. Really? That's so sad. And it makes me angry. Why wasn't more done to protect her? How could such a thing happen even after making such a film? It was a horrific thing. But we can't speak on her behalf or for her experiences. What happened to her is not something we could ever fully understand. It's not always a matter of strength and mental resolve. I know. That's why we have to be sensitive and empathetic, even when others aren't. And we have to be hopeful. I'd like to think things are a little better now than they were then. Ruin left a spectacular legacy. We can't forget her tragedy. The messages of the film still apply to today's society. It's not easy to change people's perceptions. I think so. But thinking like that is so sad. Is it? I don't know. I mean, it's better now, right? It's not like in the past where women can go to school and work. It might have been difficult in the 1930s, but it shouldn't be so hard to live freely anymore, right? I think that's something only you can answer. This conversation got quite serious, didn't it? No? I wanted to ask you about it too. I see. I've been thinking about the messages in these old films. We watch them so detached from the people who made them. How would they feel if they knew people 50 years later would still be watching them and discussing them? We see a beautiful face, but we'll never really know what was happening behind the screen. Are we respecting Ruin by keeping her films and watching them? Even if those films might have been produced during the most painful moments of her life. That's a hard question to answer. I don't know the answer to it. That's okay. Perhaps there is no right answer. That's right. I think you're a thoughtful person, Sam. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. You really think so? I was afraid I gave you the wrong impression. No, I really appreciate you coming out with me today. It's fine, I didn't have much planned today anyway. I'm happy to see the stars with you. It's nice that we can talk frankly. I enjoy spending time with you like this. The sun should be setting soon. Will we really see the stars from here? Yes, just wait patiently. The sun had finally begun to dip beneath the horizon. Oh, isn't that beautiful? As it grew darker, stars started filling the sky, appearing one after another. What's that one? It's such a bright star. That one is called Vega. Vega? It's one of the stars that form the summer triangle. You see the other two stars there? So that's Vega, and that's Altair, with Deneb over there. Oh, I see it. I know of that story, the star-crossed lovers, the cowherd, and the weaver girl. That reminds me, the Seven Sisters Festival is in August sometime, right? That's right. This year it's on August 12th. Really? People celebrate the Western Valentine's Day nowadays. I never really know the date of the festival. I understand. It's nice to be on the receiving end for chocolates and flowers. Nowadays, I suppose it isn't so pertinent to be praying to the gods for a good husband and fertile marriage. Tell that to my mother. She's worried that I'll become a spinster if I don't try harder to get married. But I'm sure she'll have even more complaints once I start dating. She's thinking of your best interests, I'm sure. Romance shouldn't be taken lightheartedly. I know. My dad is still holding out the thought that I would get married someday. Is that so? Do you not plan on getting married? Well, even if I find the right person, I'm not sure I can. I see. How about you, Michelle? I haven't thought about it yet. My mother has a lot of expectations on what kind of person I should marry. He has to be older, wealthier, taller. He should have a prominent chin and square forehead. His lips shouldn't be too big and his eyebrows shouldn't be too thin. She really cares about the feng shui of someone's face. I don't know why she even believes in such things. That's quite a laundry list. You're a wonderful person, Michelle. I'm sure you won't have trouble finding someone like that. You'd make a beautiful bride someday. I don't have time right now to care for that. I'm so busy with work. I see. Well, if you ever feel you need a little spiritual help, there's a temple in the New Territories that's dedicated to the Seven Sister deities. It's not too far from here. It's one of the few temples that still celebrate the festival. If you pray there, you'll be guaranteed to find your love. Really? I don't really believe in that superstitious stuff. And I think such prayers aren't necessary these days. There's more to life than getting married. Career and personal growth is important too. You think so? You're such a modern woman, Michelle. Well, there's already so much to do. You know, I heard from someone that if you leave a bag of toiletries as an offering at the day of the festival, you'll be granted smooth and unblemished skin for the rest of your life. What? I don't believe that. When did these legends get so specific? Wasn't it supposed to be needlework and fruit offerings? You made that one up, didn't you? My beautiful skin can attest. Uh-huh. I don't believe you. You can go to the temple on the day of the festival and see for yourself. I don't want to. For something so trivial, there's no need to bother the gods about it. Trivial, huh? My, Michelle, you must be popular. No. I mean, I agree with what you mean. You have to take matters of love into your own hands. You can't be afraid to fall in love first. You'll get hurt if you think that way. It's better than waiting or giving up on it entirely. You're brave. I'm not sure if I can do the same. I wouldn't say that I'm brave. I just want to be myself, that's all. I think you're a brave person, Michelle. When you speak your mind, I find it quite attractive. Don't be flustered. I mean it. Please be honest with me. Sam, What about the big bright star over there? Do you know what that one is? Oh, that one? I think it's Aries, the heart of the scorpion. Antares? The heart of the scorpion. You seem to know a lot about this. I like astronomy and astrology. Is that so? Astrology, like star signs? Yeah. What's your sign? I don't know. What does it go by? Date of birth? I see. Tell me. What? Your birthday. Why? So I can tell you your sign. I don't believe in those things. It's harmless fun. Alright. It's February 16th. Ah, you're an Aquarius. Makes sense. Huh? What's your sign then? Capricorn. They're highly compatible with Aquarius signs. Is that so? No, I made that up just now. Compatibility is all about how you try to understand each other, don't you think? Of course. I didn't think for a second that star signs mattered. But you never know. What? Alright, how about your lunar zodiac sign? What is it? Tell me, please. Rabbit. Oh. Next year will be your year then. You'll be turning either 23, 24, or 36. You're reaching a big milestone. There will be challenges in the coming year for you. That's why I didn't want to tell you. So you're 35 then? I thought you'd be younger than me. I'm 23. Huh. What's your zodiac? I'm older than you. That's all you have to know. I want to know. Okay. I was born in the year of the dog. Dog? Rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, dog? Then you're 33. I think your zodiac order is not quite right. I'll look it up later. You're so cute, Michelle. Alright, I'll tell you. My age is not a secret. I'm 27. Oh. Oh? What do you mean by oh? I thought you'd be older. I thought you'd be younger. We definitely don't want to say older. I thought you would be this age. Really? You're mature and knowledgeable on a lot of things. You're also open-minded and adventurous. I like that about you. Michelle. Will we really be able to see the Milky Way from here? It depends. Sometimes it's quite visible. Other times we might have to wait till midnight for it to be dark enough to see. I see. Do you want to head back now? You mentioned you had to go by nightfall. Not yet. It's fine. Can I stay out a little longer with you? Is that okay? Okay. Now it's gonna be night. The whole day had passed and Sam hadn't brought up the issue of our relationship. I couldn't bring myself to ask Sam directly about it. Doing that would mean I had to confront my own feelings towards Sam. Sam was once again stoic behind a smile. I couldn't guess what she was feeling. It was as if the clock had been reset to the first day I met Sam. It wasn't bad that it was like this. Still, I knew it wasn't fair to have Sam wait with me for so long, just to see the stars. I'm not one to usually have requests, but that night I really wanted to see it. If I could catch a glimpse of the Milky Way with my own eyes, I felt that I would know how small we were as individuals in the universe, and how much smaller the things that concern us must be. I wanted to understand this feeling. I wanted to confirm that it was tangible and real. We waited, and we waited. We waited for the bands of nebula clouds and star clusters to appear in the night sky, but they continued to elude us. I knew they existed regardless of my observation, but I needed to ascertain it with my own eyes. Sometime between dusk and twilight, I drifted into a deep slumber. I dreamed a strange dream. It was a scene that played out in my memory so many times since that day. I was in my high school classroom. It was the first day back to school after summer break. I was chatting with my classmates before the start of afternoon classes. I was about to tell them the story of my summer trip to Taiwan when I was called to step out of the classroom. There had been someone who urgently needed to see me, but instead of it being my mother waiting to see me, like it was in my memory, it was Sam in her red dress. She gestured for me to follow her. It was strange, as if I was put in a trance. I followed her out of the school without question. I sat behind Sam on her bike, and she drove it to some distant place in the countryside. We got off the bike and then we walked along one of the mountain paths. Day wore on into the night. When we had reached the mountain plateau, Sam suddenly ran ahead of me. I tried to follow, however I quickly lost sight of her. I did my best to chase after her through the thickets of trees and bushes. I was running blindly, and before I could realize, I slipped and lost my footing. I tumbled down a cliffside. I did not feel pain. In fact, I seemed to be in free fall. It was quite a surreal experience, falling in a dark void. I eventually hit a bottom and landed in a pool of water. It seemed to be the ocean. The briny smell was strong. The water felt cold and heavy. I could not see anything, it was so dark. It felt as if I was sinking deeper and deeper into the watery depths. A heavy weight pressed against me. My chest felt tight. I thought I was going to drown. There was a suffocating realness to this dream. I was frightened. I struggled and struggled to swim to the surface. I couldn't fight whatever force that was pulling me down. Everything became black. I must have passed out. When I came to, I found that instead of sinking deeper into the water, I found myself floating upwards. It was as if I was drifting towards the celestial plane. I struggled to get myself grounded, but I had no control over my trajectory. I closed my eyes. I felt oddly at peace, floating upwards like this. I was resigned to thinking that I would forever be lost in the cosmos when I heard a voice call out to me. I opened my eyes to find myself afloat in silvery water. The water was cool. It had a clear, transparent quality to it, but I couldn't make out a bottom to its depths. From a distance, I saw the light of a lantern coming towards me. Ooh. It was a woman I did not know. She wore an orange robe with flowing sleeves. She rowed her small wooden boat towards me. The red lantern perched on the boat illuminated her figure, but her face was quite obscured. I saw that her makeup was an older style, but I could not place the period. The woman gestured for me to get onto her boat. I recalled her saying that she could help me find my way back home. Strangely, I didn't hesitate. I didn't feel any ill intent from her. I climbed onto the boat. The woman had me sit at the front of the rowboat. She stood on the back and steered the boat. The boat glided along the still water quietly. We seemed to have traversed a far distance in the darkness. The only guiding lights were the distant stars above. The woman did not say anything more to me when I was on the boat. The only sound that could be heard was the sound of the oar pushing water. I couldn't make out the woman's expression. She had an air of quiet dignity, an imposing presence. I was afraid to cross her unknowingly. I was scared, but I didn't feel that she was someone harmful. Something about her seemed familiar. I couldn't place why. Though the temperature of the water and our surroundings felt cold, she gave me a warm feeling. The dark night didn't seem so terrifying anymore. The light of the stars above grew brighter as we journeyed onward. The night sky was beautiful. I remember thinking to myself. Eventually we neared land. I saw a sandy beach nestled in a mountain cove from a distance. It seemed familiar, like a place from recent memory. As we got closer and closer to land, I saw that there was someone at the shore waiting for me. It had been Sam. She was there waiting for me all along. As I was about to step off the boat, the woman said something to me. I remember it distinctly. She had a sweet and gentle voice. She sang to me a poem from a song I recall hearing a long time ago. The spring breeze blows. The young swallow's tail makes ripples on the water. The little waves dash away from the reflection of the lotus flower. Perhaps in still water, the swallow will see her own reflection and take flight towards the new moon. My mind was clouded. I could not understand her words. I turned to face her. She spoke to me again in plain language. Young lady, haven't you realized yet? The summer that you remember had ended long ago. You have to wake up from this dream and take your first step forward. I stepped off the boat, and when I looked back, she was already gone. There was no boat, no lantern. There were no traces of the woman. All I saw was the ocean, the beach, and Sam before me. And I woke up from my dream. Michelle? Did you fall asleep? Michelle? It was dark when I woke up. I couldn't make out any lights in the sky or much anything else before me. The sound of the ocean waves told me I was still on the beach. But I couldn't see where Sam was. I felt a cold chill run through my spine. It was unnerving to be alone in the dark like this. Sam? Where are you? I'm here. I felt her hand on my shoulder. Sam had been next to me the whole time. Are you all right? You look scared. I had a strange dream. I was afraid you left. And leave you alone here in the dark? I don't know. Oh. Tired? No. I didn't mean to fall asleep. No worries, you weren't out long. Really? It's so dark now. Huh? Is it still not dark enough? We can't see any more stars now compared to earlier. The clouds had rolled in. Some nights are like that. Oh. Disappointed? No. It's getting late now. I think we should go. If we stay any longer, we're going to get eaten alive by mosquitoes. I see. We have a bit of a walk back to the bike. Hold on to my hand, all right? The walk back from the beach wasn't too far, but I wished in my heart that it was just a bit further. It wasn't that I absolutely had to see the stars. I could go to the planetarium any time to see them if I really wanted to. It was just a bit further. I think I see where the bike is. Michelle? Wait, Sam. What is it? Sam, look up. The clouds opened up a rift in the sky. and we were able to see it. The streaks of spiraling stars and stardust that formed the arms of the Milky Way appeared in the night sky above us. The cluster of starry lights shone brightly for us in this temporal moment. We gazed at it as long as we could. I knew it would only be a short moment, for the clouds would soon cover the sky once again, returning the night to a plain darkness. But we saw it. We actually saw it, and it was stunning. I looked over to Sam. She was looking up to the sky. Her eyes were wide in awe. She was smiling from ear to ear. My heart swelled up with an unknown joy. My chest felt tight, as if my heart was going to burst. It was a heavy feeling, a cathartic release of emotions. It was almost frightening. I reached out for Sam's hand in the darkness. She gently squeezed my hand back. I felt reassured that I was here on the same plane with her, and that we were living witnesses of this night. Beautiful. It really is. It's tremendous to see the stars like this with your own eyes. There's so many more stars in the night sky than I could have imagined. Yes, it was quite a sight. I haven't seen a night sky quite like this before. I'm really glad we got to see it. Thank you for bringing me here. I had a good time coming here. It would be nice to see it again. Sam, Michelle? I'll always treasure this moment. Thank you, Sam. Me too, Michelle. We rode on Sam's bike back to the city. On the winding mountain road in the twilight hours of the night, it felt as if we were the only people in the world. I held tightly onto Sam. Our dust-filled shoes flung out sand into the careless wind. Her hair smelled like the sun and the sea. Our moment together felt like a dream. I wasn't dreaming, though. I was in the real world. Time moved forward without bias, and soon the city lights came into view. I thought that the road back was short. Today felt as if I had gone to another country with Sam. Had the city always been so close? The city lights shone so brightly from the distance, much brighter than the light of the stars. The road was smooth. We quickly entered the freeway. The city lights got closer and closer. I could almost grasp the light in my hands. I saw in the distance the city that we call home. It was the city that never sleeps. The city lights always shined so brightly and never allowed the sky to rest. Even in the midnight hours, the sky was greenish blue from the city lights. It was never pitch black like the way it was when I was on the beach. The city lights were many and bright. They shroud us from seeing the stars that were just above us, but I don't dislike them for that. Each shining light in the city served as beacons to the rest of the universe, saying loudly that we were here. We were here, and we existed in this moment. They were a sign of how many people were out there trying to make their claim to this place we call home. Sam and I were just one of many. No matter what becomes of us, the city lights and the stars above will keep on shining. What transpired tonight might ultimately have no effect on the fate of the universe, but it was something significant to me. I held onto Sam more tightly. I felt insecure. Cars and other vehicles sped by us as we entered the urban landscape. Though we were no longer alone on the road, our journey was its own. I could hear the sounds of the city clearly now. There were the sounds of traffic, the sound of vehicle engines, car horns, and the audible crossing signal was unavoidable anywhere in Hong Kong. As we entered the city proper, I could hear the sound of people chatting on the sidewalks and the sound of music playing in the near distance. The city was still bustling at this midnight hour. My heart felt pained. We weren't going as fast anymore on the bike, but it felt as if we were accelerating out of control towards something too unknown and abstract. It was such a heavy feeling. A part of me wanted to hit the brakes on this. Another part of me wanted to keep going, further and further. Why did I have to feel like this? I thought. Sam looked over her shoulder to me at the next traffic stop. I couldn't make out the expression in her eyes. All I saw was my own reflection in her helmet. It was well past midnight, and for the first time, I thought to myself that I didn't want to go home. Where's your home, Michelle? It's by Kowloon City. Okay, I'll drop you off. And I can bring your shirt to you another time. That's right. I almost forgot about it. The pedestrian signal was counting down. The light was about to change. Sam took her foot off the road, and back on the bike. I felt the forward momentum of the bike slowly inching ahead. Sam tightened her grip on the throttle. I should tell her before it was too late to turn back. Sam? You don't have to take me back home. I want to go back with you. Michelle? Oh my god! My heart's pounding, my heart's pounding. It had been quite late already. I'm gonna cry, y'all. I'm gonna cry. It was much past the time I should have been home. I didn't have any other ulterior motives to be here. I just didn't want to go home yet. I wanted to say this to Sam, but I couldn't find the words to articulate this. I looked over to Sam. She acted cool and casual, as if such a scene had played out before her 100 times already. I didn't like that. It's been a long day. Want me to put on a movie? If you're hungry, we can get something to eat. There's still a lot of late-night eateries open here. A midnight snack would be fun. There's wonton noodles, there's dim sum, there's barbecue. And let's not forget about the Dai Lang. Just name it. Sam, I'm not hungry. Oh. I looked around her place. It was hard to look at Sam in the eye for some reason. I saw a familiar blouse hanging by her bed. Oh, that's right! I almost forgot. Here's your blouse. Sam handed me my blouse. It was neatly pressed. No stain or damage could be found. It's lucky it didn't stain at all, right? Sam looked over to me. Her eyes seemed to search for a response. We had spent the whole day together, yet this was the first time I had looked deeply into her eyes. I couldn't endure her gaze that seemed to look through me. I turned away. I had no words to say. Sam turned her back to me and walked over to the balcony. She opened the door and stepped out. I felt the night air fill her room. Sam seemed to be searching for something in the night sky. I didn't know what. The neon lights outside covered Sam in vivid reds. Oh! I stood apart in the blue, dim room. The distance between us was only a room's length, but the dividing line was all too apparent. I felt incredibly lonely like this. You can't see a single star from here, but occasionally you can see airplanes flying in and out of Kai Tak? There's something about seeing a plane taking off that makes you want to go somewhere. Sometimes when I see a plane in the night sky, I imagine myself sitting on that plane. I'm looking down on the city from the window seat of the plane 1,000 feet up in the air. The cabin lights turn off. I lean back. Rest assured I'll be somewhere far away after a night's sleep. Do you feel that way sometimes? I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I shared the same feeling with Sam. I tried to imagine the same scene that Sam had described. That I was up in the air inside an airplane, looking out the window at the city lights below. Where was I going? I didn't have an answer for myself. There wasn't a specific place that came to mind where I wanted to travel. I searched for an answer in my heart. I wanted to go somewhere. It didn't matter so much where. What I wanted was to go somewhere, someone at my side. I stepped towards Sam. What I was searching for wasn't something that could be found outside her window. It wasn't something that could be seen in the sky either. I reached out towards Sam. I hoped that she could answer me. Sam? Michelle? Sam, how do you feel about me? Michelle? Forget it. It's nothing. I like you. What do you mean? I would like us to be more than this. More? I don't understand. How could two women... If it's something possible with you, it's impossible. We're both... I just think... Michelle, look at me. Michelle, don't tell me what you think, but rather how you feel. Feel? I feel like you're an old friend. That you're easy to talk to and that you always have something interesting to say. I like that about you. Michelle, what am I to you? When we kissed last time, did you feel it to be wrong? Kissed? It did, but it didn't. I can't tell you. Then if we kissed again, would it be alright? Sam, I don't know. I had a really good day with you. Michelle, you're a charming person. I want to be with you more. I want to get to know you more. I have a good feeling just from being with you today. I want to go somewhere again with you and talk with you more. If you don't mind, I want to kiss you again. I want to be someone close to you. I want to hold you and touch you. Sam, please, that's too much. I can't. You can't? I don't know. I never felt this way before. My heart is pounding so fast. I don't know what to do with it. Michelle, Sam, may I? In the same place where we had shared our first kiss, I found myself again face to face with Sam. This time, there were hardly any sounds outside to disturb us, nor were there any smells from a neighbor's cooking to distract us. Even if there was something, I didn't pay it any heed. My attention was to the person before me. It was just the two of us together again in this lonely hour. My back leaned against the cool glass of the balcony window. Sam's warm body pressed against mine. She deepened her kiss and I followed. I wanted time to pause and let us be like this for a bit longer. I wanted to take in this moment slowly, so I wouldn't forget. When I broke free from her kiss, Sam held her arms around me gently. I looked into her eyes. Michelle, I want to show you my feelings. More than this. Sam, please. Just kissing is already enough for me. Michelle, are you scared? I'm not. Then can I kiss you again? Sam. We kissed with passion. I didn't stop Sam. I couldn't deny that I wanted to understand this feeling that I had with Sam. Even though my logical being said that I should push her away. I shouldn't be like this, I thought. I shouldn't be like this at all. But against all reason, I tightened my embrace. I held Sam closer. I couldn't explain to myself. Why? Why tonight? Of all nights, I could go further with her. Whatever will be until the sun rises. Ooh. We stayed over, dude. I woke up in Sam's room. It was a warm summer morning. A small metal fan was oscillating back and forth, blowing balmy air onto our sweaty bodies. I must have laid awake for an hour on Sam's bed. Sam's arms were languidly wrapped around me. Her long hair was tangled with my hair, and her legs were crossed with mine. I felt her slow breaths on my neck. She must be sound asleep. I tried to remain as still as possible as to not disturb her slumber. I listened to the sounds of the morning. It was quiet outside. I couldn't make out any noises or voices from neighboring apartments or from the street below. People seemed slow to get up this morning. I was left alone with the clarity of my own thoughts. All the while, Sam softly slept. It was dim inside Sam's room. As time passed by, the light of the sun eventually passed through the buildings, unobstructed, and penetrated through the apartment bedroom window. The morning light was not gentle. I felt Sam stirring from her sleep. Once she wakes, I would have to take my leave. Oh, I just love all the artwork, and this is so beautiful. Michelle? Michelle? Michelle, I like you. I felt her embrace around me tighten. My chest felt pained. I had to fight back tears. I should not feel like this. I had to be stern for my own sake. What happened last night? It was a one-time thing. I knew in my heart that anything more between us was impossible. I already told Sam she should know this too. Sam brushed back my hair. Her eyes met with mine. I could not let it be more than this. I had to push her away. Sam, I have to go. Michelle. Please, Michelle. Please stay. We can spend the day together. Don't be quiet like this. Talk to me. I can't be like this with you. Sam, I just can't. Michelle. Please, Sam. Any more than this, we just can't. Michelle. I'm going to get dressed. I got out of her bed. I picked up my clothes that had been discarded in haste the night prior. I kept my back towards Sam. I didn't want her to see my expression. Whatever she was thinking, I did not want to know either. I didn't know what had gotten over me last night. I had never done such a thing with anyone. I never thought I'd be a person who would. I'd always been a reserved and self-controlled person. I would always do my tasks accurately and diligently. No matter how tired I was, I would finish whatever task that was expected of me. I wasn't someone who would let myself be consumed by passion. I smoothed out my shirt before putting it on. It had been tangled with Sam's denim jacket that laid on the floor. In the right mind, I would never discard even a worn sock on the floor and let it get dirty. Why did I do such a thing with Sam? An answer floated up from my subconscious and lingered in my mind. I dared not to even have the thought be uttered. I was frightened by myself. I did something wrong. I did something shameful. I had to face my own wrongdoing and go. There was no possibility of anything working out between us beyond this one night. Sam had her thoughts and her own feelings. She lived her life the way she wanted to, and I had my own life to live as well. If I get caught up in her life any more than this, we would just hurt each other more. I wasn't compatible with her lifestyle. and she wasn't compatible with mine. There was no way out of this other than for me to leave. I had put on my shoes. I was about to take my leave. Sam stood at the door. I tried not to look into her eyes. I have to go back home now. Can I walk you out? Sam, it's okay. I can see myself out. Michelle. Sam, last night, it was something I didn't expect to happen. Michelle, I really can't. I can't be more than this. Michelle, can we talk about it a bit more? Sam, just talking with you, I can't. Please don't ask anything more than this. It's impossible between us. I'm sorry, Sam. I'll be going now. I took the flight of stairs out of the apartment building. Every step I took created a loud echo of my footsteps. It was as if the narrow stairwell was amplifying my shame to the entire building. I didn't like it, but I preferred this over being alone in the elevator. I couldn't stand still in an enclosed space and be left with my thoughts. I needed to keep moving. I stepped out onto the street. I wanted to get lost in the crowd. But I was alone on the street. It was exceptionally humid outside. Huangkok on a cloudy day looked so unfamiliar, without the neon lights or the bright sunlight to create contrast of color. The gray concrete building seemed all too glum and empty. I suppose it was still early on a Sunday. The crowds were not yet out. Sunday. It was a day with its own certain melancholy, neither like Monday nor Saturday. Sunday was a bookend to the work week hustle, but it was also the uncomfortable beginning of the next. I didn't like Sundays. I didn't like things that were halfway between something else. I stood on the side of the street and waited for a taxi. I was getting antsy. It seemed like an eternity while I waited. I felt a sprinkle of water from something above. I looked up. The gray skies seemed all too low and heavy above me. It was suffocating. It felt out of place to be alone on a street so quiet like this. It was as if I had stepped out into a world that I no longer recognized. I saw it. In a shimmering flash of light, a white dragon appeared, his long body soaked through the dark clouds like the ripples in the sky. He roared and fired his hot breath down from the heavens. I saw a taxi coming my way. I better hurry home before I'm caught in a thunderstorm. I returned home in the afternoon. My shoes were scratched and dirtied. I had come home looking like a mess. I had once again left my blouse with Sam. I had forgotten to grab it on my way out, but this time I had to treat it as a loss. There was no way I could go see her again. Mother? There was no answer. My mother appeared to be out. I felt relieved. I wanted to change and wash up before seeing her. On Sundays, she would usually attend church and then have tea with my extended family. I figured she might have gone out without me. I glanced around the kitchen. I noticed there had been food poured down the sink. My mother. She had waited for me to come home last night. How long did she wait before she realized I wasn't going to come home for dinner? I had lied to her yesterday. I had lied to her the other night before. I didn't come home last night when I said I would be home early. I promised to have dinner with her, but I broke my promise. I had done a terrible thing. Chung Fong Ha. My mother called out my name, my full name, with deliberate intensity. She appeared out of her bedroom. Her eyes looked red and swollen as if she had not slept the entire night prior. Mother, where have you been all night? Who were you with? Why didn't you call me? I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to call you. I met up with my friend, but one thing led to another. And then what? And I had ended up making an overnight trip to Sai Kung. An overnight trip! It'll be the last time for me to see her, so she wanted to have a party before she left. I lied again. I don't know why it had to be like this when it came to anything related to Sam. Huh? What does that have to do with you? Well, she was moving to America. If she was leaving for America, why did you have to be gone overnight? It was a going away party. It went on very late. Anyway, I'm sorry for not telling you. Please don't be too upset. I'm not trying to be upset. I'm just worried about you. I know. You are still young. You should be careful. Careful? Of your reputation. I was married to your father and had you when I was your age. You won't get men of quality if you go looking for it in the wrong places. And you certainly won't find respect either. Huh? I'm not going to say anything more about whatever you did last night. I just want you to know that I'm disappointed in you. Mother, I'm leaving to meet your aunt. I already missed church and now I might be late to the opera because I was beside myself with endless worry waiting for you. How was I going to sleep soundly knowing you were out somewhere all night? I'm really sorry. You look dirty. You should get yourself cleaned up. I lied again to my mother. There was no way I could tell her the truth about what happened. She could never accept it. My mother always had a sharp tongue. She wields it like a blade with such pinpoint precision. Honestly, I'm terrified. Whenever she turns her judgment on me. Sam. You wouldn't be able to understand why it wouldn't work out between us. I'm not the kind of girl you think I am. The stars look close when you look at them with the naked eye. In reality, they are light years apart, an incomprehensible distance for any mortal being. The distance between me and Sam is too great. I cannot fathom how it'll ever work out between us. And with the lives that we have as is, the distance between us will only become greater over time. I can't. I just can't. I can't let myself be lost in something so senseless, so meaningless. It was one night's indiscretion, not anything more. I worked so hard to build up the life that I have now. Couldn't let it be changed by something that was never supposed to happen anyway. I needed to prepare myself for tomorrow's workday. I resolved to end my contact with Sam from the beginning, but somehow, despite my intentions, things had gone completely against what I had originally sought out to do. I couldn't change what had already happened. It was a momentary lapse in judgment that I have to accept. All I could do at this point was to move on with my own life. I would start by taking a hot shower. After a long day of keeping myself busy, I threw myself onto my bed and shut my eyes tight. There was nothing else left to do other than to surrender my thoughts to the void. Try as I might, I couldn't fall asleep. My thoughts persisted to cycle back and forth between memory and regret. I wanted to turn my mind off. I didn't want to think about anything anymore. There was already enough on my mind to think about. To think about Sam, I couldn't. It pained me too much to just think about it. I wished for the long night to come to me soon. What's going on? Oh, wait. Is this, are we going through, like, Sam's story now? Okay. I think we'll save this for tomorrow. Because I've already been recording 2 hours, and my voice is going. So we'll end with, in fact, let me go right here and do a quick save. And we'll get back to this tomorrow because yeah, my voice needs a break. I need to eat some lunch. But oh, what an episode! What a chapter! What a chapter! It got me. It got me.